everyone and welcome to Evie's Toy House. Today we're going to be making more squishies. So if you've been to my channel before, you'll know that I've been making some really fun squishies. These are really easy to make at home using the Let's Resin kits. So today I have two kits. I have the regular flex rubber kits that makes white squishies, and then I also have the transparent ones. And today we are going to mix the two. So I have a really cute bunny mold. I don't know if you can see this, but this is so cute. We're going to have a clear layer on top and then a solid layer on the back. I think this is going to turn out super cute. So let's go ahead and get started. These flex rubber kits are mixed by weight. So I have my handy dandy little scale here. And so the first thing I'm going to do is actually make a teeny tiny amount of black, because as you can see here, these bunnies have eyes. And so I want to color these black, and I want to color the nose pink. Let's go ahead and mix a little bit of this regular flex rubber first. Here's my scale. Let's place my little cup here. And then using a pipette, I'm going to start with solution A. We're going to do 0.1 gram because we don't need a lot. Here is part B. Okay, I'm going to mix up really well. It's very hard to mix small quantities. And I'm going to save a little bit here on the side for the pink. Next, I'm going to add some black mica powder. We don't need a lot because we have so little in there. We just want it to be colored black. And for this little bit here, we're going to make it pink. Alright, now we're going to fill in the eyes and nose. So I'm going to be really careful here. Okay, the nose is colored pink. Now let's do the eyes. Alright, that's perfect. Now I'm going to give it some time for it to cure before we pour the next layer. Alright everyone, so it's been a few hours and I think the eyes and nose is starting to set in. And you can tell because this is my leftovers and you can see that it's gotten pretty stretchy, but it has not fully cured yet. And I think at this point we can actually pour in our second layer. So our second layer is going to be the clear. There's also two parts and also mixed by weight. And so what I'm planning to do is fill the clear up to this mid-level. Okay, so let's start with parts A. Let's start with about half a cup. Okay, so I'm going to start with 35 grams. And let's get 35 grams of parts B. Okay, let's give it a good mix. And let's go ahead and pour it into the mold. So I'm going to drip in a little bit at a time to cover the eyes and the nose because I don't want to displace it by pouring too hard. So we're going to just drip it in, make sure the eyes and nose is covered and doesn't float away. And then we're going to pour it in the rest of the way. And it's okay to overfill it a little bit because it will pull back when it's cured. So we're going to give it a few hours to partially cure. Alright everyone, so it's been a few hours and the clear portion is partially cured. Let's go ahead and pour the top layer. So the top layer we're going to be using the regular flex rubber and this comes out white. I do want to mix part of it with some blue glitter. So let's go ahead and mix 35 grams. Just 36. And stir it up really well. And we're going to divide it into 2 cups. This is such a pretty color. So this blue mica powder is so pretty. Look at this. Now let's pour into 2 colors. I'm going to pour the white one from the top and the blue one from the bottom. And they should mix in the middle. But hopefully we'll see a gradient. I'm really curious to see how this turns out. Let's hope it mix a little bit in the middle. Alright, now I'm going to wait for it to cure. Alright everyone, and we are ready to demold. So our squishy has cured, so it is squishy and sticky, but not liquidy. So let's go ahead and peel it from the edges. This is the best part. Now we're down to the clear part. I'm a bit worried because I'm seeing it separate a little bit. Here are the eyes. Here's the next bunny. Okay, so we've got 2 bunnies and now on to the 3rd one. So far so good. Got the eyes. Okay, that is the last of it. Let's take a look. Oh my goodness, you guys look at this. This is so cute. Alright everyone, this is so cute. So we got 3 bunnies. The bunny face or the bunny head is actually transparent and clear. And the back here is an opaque color. And of course we got the eyes and the nose. Oh my goodness, this is super cute. And right now it is super sticky. And so what I wanted to do is actually put some powder on the bottom so that it's not as sticky, but I'm going to leave the top unpowdered so that it stays clear. And today I'm actually going to be using some baby powder. So let's put our squishy down, face down, and let's just sprinkle some powder on the back. Oh, it smells really good. I do have a tiny bit of powder on my hands, and so I'm just going to gently pat the sides just to get a little bit of that powder on so it's not so sticky. And another thing we can do is actually add some colors. So we are going to take a little bit of this pink here and color in the cheeks. Look at this. That's adorable. Let's put a little bit of white in the ears. And we are done. Just take a look at our bunnies. Wasn't this fun? This was such an easy project too. And it turned out so cute. So if you want to make your own squishies, I do have the links down below to the Let's Resin Flex Rubber down below in the description. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and I'll see you next time. Bye!